Shalom, hola, hello world. Today is December 19th, 2013. This is Bible Time Capsule, and I'm Citizen. And we are in the first book of Samuel, otherwise called the first book of Kings. We're in chapter 2. Let's begin then. Chapter 2, Canticle of Anna. This is a prayer from Anna from chapter 1. My heart exalts in the Lord. My horn is exalted in my God. I am free to gloat over my enemies because I rejoice in your salvation. There is no one holy as the Lord. Indeed, there is no other besides you. Nor is there a rock like our God. Speak boastfully no longer, nor let arrogance issue from your mouths. For an all-knowing God is the Lord, and by him deeds are set in order. The bows of the mighty are broken, while the weak are girded with strength. The well-fed hire themselves out for bread, while the hungry toil no more. The barren wife bears 7 sons, while the mother of many languishes. The Lord kills and gives life. He casts down to the netherworld. He raises up again. The Lord makes poor and makes rich. He humbles, he also exalts. He raises the needy from the dust. From the dunghill he lifts up the poor, to seat them with nobles and make a glorious throne their heritage. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them. He will guard the footsteps of his faithful ones, but the wicked shall perish in the darkness. For not by strength does man prevail. The Lord's foes shall be shattered. The Most High in heaven thunders. The Lord judges and ends of the earth. Judges the ends of the earth. Now may he give strength to his king, and exalt the horn of his anointed. The next section, wickedness of Heli's sons. And Elkanah went to Ramathah to his house, but the child ministered in the sight of the Lord before the face of Heli the priest. Now the sons of Heli were children of Belial, not knowing the Lord, nor the office of the priests to the people. But whosoever had offered a sacrifice, the servant of the priest came, while the flesh was in boiling, with a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand, and thrust it into the kettle, or into the cauldron, or into the pot, or into the pan. And all that the flesh hook brought up, the priest took to himself. Thus did they Thus did they to all Israel that come to Shiloh. Also, before they burnt the fat, the servant of the priest came and said to the man that sacrificed, Give me flesh to boil for the priest, for I will not take of thee sodden flesh, but raw. And he that sacrificed said to him, Let the fat first be burnt today according to the custom, and then take as much as thy soul desireth. But he answered and said to him, Not so, but thou shalt give it me now, or else I will take it by force. Wherefore the sin of the young men was exceedingly great before the Lord, because they withdrew men from the sacrifice of the Lord. But Samuel ministered before the face of the Lord, being a child girded with a linen ephod. And his mother made him a little coat, which she brought to him on the appointed days, when she went up with her husband to offer solemn sacrifice. And Heli blessed Elkanah and his wife, and he said to him, The Lord give thee seed of this woman, for the loan thou hast lent to the Lord. And they went to their own home. And the Lord visited Anna, and she conceived, and bore 3 sons and 2 daughters. And the child Samuel became great before the Lord. Now Heli was very old, and he heard all that his sons did to all Israel, and how they lay with women that waited at the door of the tabernacle. And he said to them, Why do ye these kinds of things, which I hear, very wicked things, from all the people? Do not so, my sons, for it is no good report that I hear, that you make the people of the Lord to transgress. If one man shall sin against another, God may be appeased in his behalf. But if a man shall sin against the Lord, who shall pray for him? And they hearkened not to the voice of their father, because the Lord would slay them. But the child Samuel advanced and grew on, and pleased both the Lord and men. And there came a man of God to Heli, and said to him, Thus saith the Lord, Did I not plainly appear to thy father's house when they were in Egypt, in the house of the Pharaoh? In the house of Pharaoh? And I chose him out of all the tribes of Israel to be my priest, to go up to my altar, and to burn incense to me, and to wear the ephod before me. And I gave to thy father's house all of the sacrifices of the children of Israel. Why have you kicked away my victims and my gifts, which I commanded to be offered in the temple? And thou hast rather honored thy sons than me, to eat the first fruits of every sacrifice of my people Israel. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, I said indeed that thy house and the house of thy father should minister in my sight forever. But now saith the Lord, Far be this from me, but whosoever shall glorify me, him will I glorify. But they that despise me shall be despised. Behold, the days come, and I will cut off thy arm and the arm of thy father's house, that there shall not be an old man in thy house. And thou shalt see thy rival in the temple, and all the prosperity of Israel, and there shall not be an old man in thy house forever. However, I will not altogether take away a man of thee from my altar, but that thy eyes may faint, and thy soul be spent, and a great part of thy house shall die when they come to man's estate. And this shall be a sign to thee, that shall come upon thy 2 sons, Ophni and Phinehas. In one day they shall both of them die. And I will raise me up a faithful priest, who shall do according to my heart and my soul, and I will build him a faithful house, and he shall walk all the days before my anointed. And it shall come to pass, that whoever shall remain in thy house shall come, that he may be prayed for, and shall offer a piece of silver and a roll of bread, and shall say, Put me, I beseech thee, to somewhat of the priestly office, that I may eat a morsel of bread. That's the end of chapter 2 of the first book of Samuel, otherwise the first book of Kings. This is Bible Time Capsule, and I'm Citizen. Love each other and be kind to one another. Peace. I'm out.